step when getting on or off the raised seated areas.
Customer information, uniformed and plainclothes enforcement teams operate at our stations and on board our trains.
Hello everybody, and here I'm a street photographer, and I was looking on YouTube and I was thinking, well, there needs to be a channel about street photography. So I've decided to start one. And you find me today in that there London, which is in the UK. In that there London, that's Selfridges there. They sell more than fridges, so sorry. Yeah. So I'm in that London. This is Oxford Street in London's West End. It's one of the famous shopping streets of London. And I just got here. It's Friday. Did I say that already? Friday, March the 8th. And I'm down here taking some pictures. So this is what I do. This is pretty much all I do photographic wise. I've done other things in the past, but and occasionally I do a few other things. But this is my main pursuit photographically is street photography. And today I am shooting with my mirrorless camera, and I've got a Hanimex 35 f2.8 on the front of it. This lens is from the 80s, possibly the 70s. I haven't actually checked the serial number, but it's an old M42 mount SLR lens with the Hanimex name on it. Pretty sure Hanimex themselves didn't actually make lenses. They just bought lenses and put their names on them. And I know that because this lens, I have another copy of it, which isn't a Hanimex. It's exactly the same, and it's a Danubigon. Yes, so back in the day, there were lens makers, and there was, you know, some of the big names. They didn't make their own lenses necessarily. They farmed the lens making out to third parties and then just whacked their name on them. And Hanimex was one of those. It's an M42 mount with a screw mount, which is kind of an attempt at some point for a sort of semi-universal mount, because when SLRs came along, the big names like Nikon and Canon, they had the proprietary mounts, and they still do. And so the M42 was a kind of attempt at a more universal, and it was never universal. And Pentax used it, a lot of the Russian cameras used it. I think some, what you might consider below the line camera makers, like, I would say their names, they used it. Eventually it kind of died off, but there's still loads and loads and loads of lenses floating around, just so many were made. Yeah, so they're still floating around. I think I bought this for like £10 or some ridiculous amount of money. That was 10 years ago. Yeah, but if you go on eBay or similar, still quite a lot of them. Of course, they're all manual lenses because, you know, this might be a shock to you, but you know, autofocus lenses. I think their first autofocus SLR was in the early 80s, maybe, and was it the early 80s or mid 80s, somewhere around there. And it wasn't particularly good. So to get where we are today with autofocus, took some time in terms of development. I think the original autofocus lenses, they had the motor in the lens, so they were yeah, some of them. So they look ridiculous. A huge motor, sort of incorporated into the size of the lens. So they looked weird. Anyways, so that's the lens I've got on this. It's 35mm. Today I am shooting purely manually. So I've got so I'm selecting the shutter speed and aperture, and I'm not even using the meter on the camera. I'm using my light meter, which I have got set today to 800 ASA, and the camera though I've got set to 500. Why are you doing that, I hear you say? Well, the main reason is to protect the highlights. Now, when you shoot film, as if you shoot film, the adage was always shoot for the shadows, expose the shadows, process for the highlights. Well, you can't do that with digital. You can't process the highlights because they're there. So if you get a highlight blown out, there is not a lot you can actually do. So I always set the camera a little bit under, or use the exposure compensation dial, 1/3 or 2/3 of the stop, especially when it's bright like this. And the other thing is the end product today will be in black and white. I'm in the black and white mood at the moment. I'm also shooting film. I'm not shooting totally digital. Today's digital, but I'm still I'm shooting quite a bit of film, and that is black and white. Yeah, so I'm in a kind of black and white mood, and that's not necessarily a artistic decision. It's more of an emotional thing. I think I just feel in a black and white mood. Yeah. So at some point I will start shooting colour again. which is obviously going to cost me a lot more money because the black and white I process myself. The colour, the film is more expensive, and I'll have to get it processed by someone who isn't me. Anyway, yeah, so what sort of street photography do I take? Well, it's kind of everyday life, sort of people watching type of things. I don't do pictures of cars in the distance or buses. I don't do that sort of thing, you know, what the other street photographers on YouTube do, a lot of them. I don't do that. I don't do cityscapes, for want of a better word, which some street photographers on YouTube, or so-called street photographers, seem to do. I'm starting to rant now, aren't I? Yeah, my photographs are, I aim to be, have people in them, candid, preferably, interacting with the environment or other people, something happening. That sort of thing. Yeah, so that's what the sort of things that I do, and that's what the sort of thing which will be on the channel, will be POVs. I'm going to do some reaction videos, I think. They seem quite popular, and no one I've seen has done reaction videos on street photographers. So I think that might be something new, if I can work out how to do it. So I won't be really talking a lot because being the simple-minded fellow that I am, I find it hard to talk and focus on taking pictures. So once the initial introduction stroke rant is over, it'll just be me taking pictures, and that'll be it. I've got an hour left on the camera, maybe, and then I'm going to have some lunch. That's the video camera. So walking around for about an hour, taking pictures. Obviously, it won't be an hour for you because I'm going to condense it. I'm still talking and not taking pictures because I'm going to condense it down to something a bit more manageable. Yeah. So now I'm going to have some lunch, and then I'm going to do a bit more, and then about 3 o'clock I'm going to knock it on the head. Thank you.
Are you able?
Well, not a lot has happened yet. This is the way of the world. Sometimes you walk for a while without taking a picture. And then, like buses, several arrive all at once. Ah. A bit far away for that, I think. Never mind. Nice hats.
That's just going to go off the shelf.
I said they really love it so everywhere, anywhere I go. Music is day or night. Everything's alright, yeah. Mr. Hagen, Basso. Yeah. Mr. Hagen, Basso.
Încerci tot timpul așa în fiecare zi să faci publicitate.
Right, I'm in need of coffee now. So I think I'm going to go up here, we'll turn you off, get some coffee. Watch out. And then we'll start again down in Chinatown. Okay, catch you later.
I feel bad
My father, my parents.
Solo chini. 佢撞晒咗，跟住佢拆出嚟咗。
跑哪里去呢？
You take them and you listen them.
I mean, probably most likely the first time. So,
in, we can ride, we're all good.
But not like the other one.
When travelling on our scooters, please stand on the line, hold the handle in this direction of travel. Keep clear of the edges of yourself and loose clothing. Take extra care with children, and dogs must be